And what hurts sometimes, Ocho, they give you the worst of themselves, but immediately give somebody else the best of themselves.
Repeat that cycle each and every time. Not looking in the mirror, telling all your homies, what happened with you and so-and-so? Oh, that, you know, she was this, she was that, she was this, she was that. If you hear that from one of your homeboys, I want you to do something real testy. So, bro, what do you think you did wrong? This is an Iwegbu production.
Period.
So recently I saw a clip of Uncle Shay himself, Shannon Sharp, with the nightcap with Ocho, and they were speaking about relationships as they so often do and always have so many different situations that I would love to talk on. I've been waiting to get at some of the things that they say, man, and Shannon has something to say about jumping from one relationship to another, and I wanted to talk about this. Check this clip out, y'all.
When you're in a relationship and you know what you put into it to make this work, and all of a sudden it doesn't, and that person doesn't want to be with you, that is hurt. And what hurts sometimes, Ocho, is that as the thing is starting to fray, they give you the worst of themselves, but immediately give somebody else the best of themselves. Ocho, I know I joke a lot, but I spent a lot of time by myself and analyzing. I'm very self-analytical. I look at it and I analyze things and I see things for what they truly are. That's what really hurts. And that's why, like, a lot of times, Ocho, like when you leave a relationship, you really have to like let it go. I've been that, Ocho. I know, because I broke it up with people and gave them the worst of me and immediately gave somebody else the best. I've done it. And I'm telling you how human nature is. And so I remember, and I'm thinking to myself, the way you are now, Shannon, why couldn't you be like that then? It's tough, boy.
Why are you laughing?
Why Ocho be sitting up there looking like an old grandma?
Why are you laughing? That was supposed to be deep. Gosh, please.
But no, I'm sorry. It's just funny. You know what, Ocho? He cracking me. He cracking me up. But either way, he has some valid introspective points there.
Yes.
I think that a lot of people will serve themselves well, singles, that have this pattern that many people follow, keeps them having unsuccessful relationships.
Mm-hmm.
When you're, going from one person and then you jump into the next, and you probably could have worked some things out there. It wasn't the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But especially, I would say this for men, and I can say this because I did this, is you'll see the next train coming and like, okay, that look a little bit better. Okay, I think you've been getting on my nerves. What you talking? I don't want that no more. You know what? Because I did a lot of back and forth. And I would do that. I would go and kind of test some waters and go see what else is going on. I've played these games, and that's what I love about Shay. He always been real honest about himself when it comes to relationships. And so it keeps you in this unsuccessful relationship pattern. So it takes more maturity to work on yourself. It's always easy to just go to that new person and repeat that cycle each and every time, not looking in the mirror, telling all your homies, what happened with you and so-and-so? Oh, that, she was this, she was that, she was this, she was that. If you hear that from one of your homeboys, I want you to do something real testy. So, bro, what do you think you did wrong? What? You're gonna be like, whoa, hold on. Because most of the time we just be like, yeah, bro, bro, let her go. Yeah, let her be for the streets, bro. Hey, man, listen, it's more out there for you.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, when are we ever gonna test our homeboy a little bit?
Are you tripping?
And be like, hey, bro, I mean, you said that about Christina, Tina, Tasha. You said the same thing about these women as well. I see something, homie. What do you think it is that you could do better? Because the common denominator is you. You keep doing this thing. And I also noticed what Shay was saying. which was I could get into something new, and all of a sudden you ready to just do everything. Like you hyped to go on a date now. Like you hyped to do those special things. Now you can do flowers. Oh, now you can bring a card. Now you can write a note. Oh, you showing out. Especially that first 3 to 6 there. And that's why I just I said I think many of us fall in love with the euphoric fall.
Yeah.
Everything is beautiful there. But soon after, the real has to come out. The euphoric fog. What is the euphoric fog? I coined this phrase. This is something I came up with. Is that like where we just love to that new love feeling? It's just like a new car. You get that new car, you smells good. Smells so good. Get in it just drives so well. It's way better than that old thing that you had right there, right? You treating it good. You got the car wash area. What's up, bro? Get cleaning them rims, all that. Got your old school on or bumper, whatever you do out there. You good, like you loving it. But man, probably them car payments continue to hit. You get about 6 months to a year down the road. It's just like any other car after that.
Okay, it sure is.
Like, you feel me? It's just like
Fries
any
in
other
the
car.
back seat.
Common denominator, you driving it. Your perspective on it. Straight up. And so I think we just get into that. We like that new stuff, especially those who haven't gotten control of their flesh enough.
Yeah.
To submit it to abstinence and singleness. They love that new feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know the dudes used to say, got some of that new, you know what? Feel me? And they just love jumping to that new feel. It's all good. But when we have to really, when you get deeper with that woman and she has to start seeing some of your real trauma and issues that you have, now you're like, oh, you see who I really am.
I'm out of here.
And you want to tell me about myself? You got the nerve? I'll holler at you.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal. I don't want to deal with them yet. I'll go on to the next girl, ruin her life, continue to go through, waste her time. And so I think that so many of us give her a kid, all of that stuff. I think so many men, especially out there in the single world, man, they could extract from this and make some changes. Like what Shay is saying, at least he's observant enough to know that, like, hey man, I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
I ain't. He probably the type to tell a girl up front, I'm not for what you think, what you want to do. I'm not gonna do it. And he tell her up front. And most of the women probably take the bill with him because of his millions. Yeah. But overall, man, it's something that you want to slow down. You want to take care of. I think I tell dudes all the time, if you continually heard something, this is like the second or third girl that's telling you this certain thing about yourself, it's true. Time for you to fix that. Definitely, if you want to grow. What you think about this, babe?
Yeah, this is why I don't have many friends, because if I had a friend like this that was jumping through relationships, she would know that she's the problem.
Come on. You will be.
That's why.
Pause.
No, that's why a lot of women did not like me when they were dating, because I would tell them, like, girl, because as soon as you get a dude, you in the back seat, give him head. Like, you're not gonna get married. You're not gonna get a good husband. You're not gonna get any of those things you want. The things that you desire conflict with the behavior that you are presenting in these relationships. So that's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, men need friends, and that's why husbands need God-fearing men. That's why we say don't do relationships and marriage in isolation, because you need someone to say, bro, hey, listen, I watched how you talk to your wife, bro. You kind of wilding. Like, y'all good? You need that. You need someone to be like, girl, calm down, relax. I'm gonna always tell this story. This was year 1 with me and Namdi.
Oh Lord. Brace ourselves. This is not something we rehearse.
This is why you need friends that are okay with hurting your feelings if it means for your growth.
For sure.
I was at a meeting with some friends, and it was the winter time in Kansas City. And winter in Kansas City is Alaska. Is Alaska the cold place?
Somewhere close. Yeah.
Baby, I'm going through the
I got a
story.
homie that's from Alaska.
I'm saying, gosh, Lee, you just took the
I'm
flow
sorry.
out of the story.
Go ahead. Yeah, but
y'all don't know. Is it called personality?
I'm matter of fact. I'm very matter of fact.
Technically, it's not Alaska. It was very cold, y'all.
Go
Wait, it's cold. And if you black, you know when you go out in the cold, you need 7 coats on, a scarf, earmuffs. Y'all know how we bundle up.
Come on.
It's freezing. Yeah. It's cold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a meeting. Namdi is about to go to work, and he is dropping off our 6-month-old, 6 to 7-month-old in the cold. No coat, no blanket, no nothing. Carrying the car seat, swinging her while he's bundled up. When I tell you, I was fuming. My body was like, why would you be bundled up? Because y'all know we don't do that. We bundle our kids up. So I'm like, I'm looking at him coming out of the parking lot. I'm at a coffee shop with 4 great, beautiful women of God. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, why would Namdi? And my friend said, my good sis said, don't say nothing. She's safe. She's here. It is not worth it. Mm-hmm. And in that moment, I instantly was like, you are absolutely right. And that would have been an argument for nothing. I will tell him in a better setting. And you were happy too that day. You were just swinging in. Hey, y'all.
Dang, I was happy that day. That's terrible.
I'm saying I would have ruined your day. No, you were. No, you were not a grouch. But I'm saying I would have ruined your day. You was heading into work. You were a manager. Like I had to, like she was mature enough to be like, no, that is not important. The point that I'm saying is you need those type of friends that can call your behavior out in relationships. Because I was the nagging wife. I was the wife that was consistently telling Namdi, why are you doing that? What is this? Why are you, You need someone to be close enough. Again, why you don't do relationships in isolation. So that's number one. That's why I don't have friends, because I'm calling that stuff out. That's why wives, they tread very lightly with me.
They do.
Real life.
Yeah.
Because of my platform and what I do.
They know not to come around your way if they don't want truth.
They know not to come around my way if they don't treat their man right. Yeah. They know it. They just know it. So I don't want to try. I got 2 friends. It's really it. And they're solid women of God, because most people don't like the truth. That's the first thing. And new is easy, right? So when we're talking about going on to the next, it's easy because it's your representative. You are showing up as your representative. That person is lighter. It's more fun. You are not dealing with trauma, toxicity, and arguments and all the things that come with longevity. New is easy, right? But when you are doing that in and out, you're practicing divorce. That's why marriage isn't lasting. You hop in and out, in and out, in and out. Well, I didn't like this. Y'all could have talked through that. That was nothing but taking some space and some time and going through some counseling. And so I feel like ultimately what we are practicing continuously is not having to experience longevity, endurance, pressing in, depending on God, leaning on God, becoming better, personal development. So what we say is, oh, it's you. I'm going to move on to the next. No, you have to actually, the fight, you were talking about this earlier, babe, that God keeps giving you the same test. You're going to have the same test with every woman.
Oh, for sure.
You're going to have the same test with every man. The same thing that X from 2002 said. Your wife that you think you met in 2025, she going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
She going to have it's going to be the same issues. So go ahead, and even if you leave a relationship because, okay, it's not right, take those lessons though. Take what you found out about yourself. Okay, I'm a little loose. I'll be out here wilding and spreading it wide quick and fast. Let me take that and not do that again. I be talking crazy. I'm a little violent. I got some anger issues. I be tripping. Like, take those things so that when you move into the next relationship, you can be better. And this is the last point I'm gonna make. This is on the opposing side. I do also think that people treat the person that brings the best out of them the best too. So in our case, Namdi is who he was, right? A lot of things have grown, developed, and changed, but this is not a different human. So the same woman that experienced Namdi playing games, breaking up in and out, is the same man that I experienced, who is a incredible man of God. But it is the person that brings out the best. So for instance, if you are a woman and you know you have a decent man, right? We're not talking about dogs, right? Because you can't do nothing about them. They got to go through hell back and forth, get some STDs, have 10 baby mamas, and then realize, oh, okay, I need to change. But I'm talking about decent men. If you have a decent man and he just got some issues, you can absolutely bring the best out in that man. You can absolutely encourage the best out of the man. How can you do that, TK? You can do that by having standards. You can do that by not giving it up so easily. You can do that by showing up as your best self. You can do that by showing him that, yes, I deserve better, but you can be better. You can do that by not letting him dog you out. Don't let him get away with those little slick things. Now, this is only for a man that truly wants to be better. Really? So my husband actually wanted to be better. He didn't want to be out here bad, cheating, and just creating a bunch of issues. And no, he wanted to be better. But had he met another woman he could play with, I don't know. I mean, he loved the Lord at that point. He was a little more mature.
I mean, I was looking for a wife.
He was a little more mature. Yeah, he was a little more mature.
Came with the.
But yeah, a man will do what you allow him to do.
Yeah, he will.
A man will do and you got to be honest about this, babe. Had I allowed you to date me for even a couple of years, 2 years, you would have.
Probably would have did that. We would have did a little. We probably would have did a little off and on.
And we probably would have broke up.
Yeah, we probably
because I was crazy.
Yeah.
You were practicing divorce before.
Yeah, I practiced that very heavily.
You practiced that heavily. So yeah, we probably would have been dating and doing our due. We would have been doing our due for a couple of years, but I had a standard that said, "Oh, I hope you know you ain't just about to be smashing me and just going." It needed to be something shining on my hand. And I think I told him, I said by April, you know what you need to do.
first woman with standards, but you know,
pregnant and all. I'm like, listen.
First woman one of the first women with standards that was like, hey, this is what's about to happen. Because like she said, a man will do whatever you allow him to.
Yes.
So it's really scary when I see a woman get cheated on and then she take a guy back. Because a lot of time in his head, even though he's very apologetic, he's down on bended knee, he's cried, he's did all of this stuff. Somewhere in our head that says, I probably can do this again, just in case I have another wild night. I had too much to drink. I just was out with the fellas. I probably can do this again if she find out, she'll probably take me back again. And I'm telling you this from experience. Early 20s did this. It's like, oh, you gonna take me back? Okay, well, you know, cool. She'd take me back tight and would do it over and over. And for me, I lost respect because there wasn't a standard that was like, hey, this is it.
So do you think always a cheater? Once a cheater, always? In a relationship. I'm not saying in their lifetime. Like once a man cheats once, he most likely is going to do it again.
Most likely, yes.
I think so.
I believe, but you know, I also believe, you know, obviously the transformation in Christ.
Yes.
And I know people that were just out there bad, and then they, you know, switched up when they really met the Lord. And that's another point there is that for fellas, and I seen this was actually, I'm not gonna, you know, steal this, but I think it was Dr. Jamal Bryant was talking about this, where I think he was talking about where you got to practice being faithful before you get in marriage and think you about to be faithful. Oh my goodness. Like if this is something that you haven't practiced, don't think that you just about to show up to the game and you going to be on point. No, this is something that you have to practice. This is the Super Bowl, homie. This is the finals. You feel me? You got to practice this.
Yeah.
And thank God I had time of practicing, even though I had my times, you know, before, even in my previous relationship before you, I wasn't cheating no more. Like I really got in with the Lord. I changed some things around. And so you got to practice that to where that's my norm. So even when she's tripping, I'm not thinking about who else can I go tap real quick.
Yeah.
You understand? That's something that you got to put into practice. The same thing for women as well. You got to put that thing into practice, because whatever you don't do in practice is going to be harder in the big game.
For sure.
Period.
Like, amen.
Whatever you don't do in practice, that single season is your practice. You don't do that. If you don't manage your finances well there, harder in the big game. You don't handle your mental health well there, harder in the big game.
Ooh.
Telling you.
That part.
Your spiritual life ain't on point. You wasn't on your face before. Harder in the big game.
Message.
all of that stuff, physical life. We can go on and on and on. Whatever you're not used to practicing, people think after that nice wedding where y'all dance, everybody had the cameras out, you and the bros, y'all was struggling, y'all was getting, hey, us, hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey to the spy, F that 5 new pie.
Baby, nobody knows. What
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Y'all was going hard.
Oh
Sorry. I just had a splashback.
Oh my!
You don't do it.
I'm looking at
y'all can kick it hard. But after all of that kicking it, and after that honeymoon, real life happens. You ain't did it before, it's getting harder in the big game.
For sure. Amen.
Definitely.
No, that's it.
So
we just the encouragement is that regardless of a relationship, do the best you can to really become a person that is worthy, and valuable, period.
mm-hmm.
Not just for a relationship, but period. And like I want to just lean on for women, especially for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Take that time, work on yourself so you don't have to marry, last pickings.
This is an Iwegbu production.
Period.
Hey, thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you could do us a huge favor, please hit that like button and please subscribe.
Yes, and please do not forget to hit that notification bell. We need y'all to be locked in every single time we drop this fire content. Yes. Also, we need y'all to follow us on all social media platforms at the Iwegbus. And look, we will see y'all on the next video.